Hello, right. Hello there. Hello everyone. Oh, got a few people in already. Blimey. Well, there's Maff. Maff is here. I'll say hello in a minute. Ian is there. Hello. Hi. Nick is here. Brilliant. Firewatch. Hi, Maff and all the others. Brilliant. KB. Afternoon. All. Well, that's a pretty good turnout for like just showing up. First of all, I'm here with Maff. Hello, Maff.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it, for a Monday as well? Sort of, I was going to say Monday morning, but just like Monday turning into lunchtime.
Just went to unlock the door and they're all there, hammering on the door, ready to come in. Anyway, that's brilliant. Luke, the plan is we're going to try and do our best to do these at like midday UK time. For as long as, well, you know, we're going to try and do it every day
until we stop, basically.
Until we stop, yeah. Until it becomes not regular, and
that's a hell of a commitment.
Because Maff's having to do this in his lunch break, and I don't know, whatever. Anyway, but first of all, just before I do anything, I just want to point out something that I was talking about over the weekend, was the fact that on the weekly chart, what I didn't want to happen was this candle here. Hang on a minute. Can you see that? Yeah, you can, can't you?
Yeah.
I didn't want this candle here to close below the start of the candle that started on the 29th of September. If that was the case, that would have been a bearish engulfing candle, and that would have been the end of the world. Well, not quite. That would have been basically, when that happens after an all-time high. I think every time that's ever happened, it's been the end of a cycle. So that didn't happen. So the cycle might not end today. However, there is a trader I quite like called Block Pro, and he did say that it is going to end at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So that's in about 3 hours' time is the top of the cycle. What do you think, Maff?
Yeah, I'm actually still sticking to my slightly sort of not entirely serious prediction of February the whatever it was. That's how seriously I take it. It's February the whatever.
February the 8th. I've got it tattooed.
Oh, you got it. Okay, that means you're taking it seriously, which is worrying. So you're going to bring that up on February the 8th, aren't you? So we'll.
Yeah. If you're wrong, you're fired. No.
Yeah. Year out. So yeah, because that's the date of the Super Bowl, and for some reason I just got it in my mind that's going to mark the end of the bull run, because it kind of did before, didn't it? Although I don't think it was the one with Matt Damon, where Matt Damon was, I don't know, just jumping around on the big screens at the Super Bowl, telling everyone to buy Crow coin and so on. That to me was very much the end of that bull market. Like everyone just got burnt from that, from buying it, and then the price crashed. But that didn't seem like a February. I really thought that was like maybe. So I don't know if the Super Bowl jumps around in the year, or if it's always kind of the same kind of date, the same month. But I don't know. But yeah, so I reckon February anyway, and everyone has a different theory in mind, a different date in mind. I was going to maybe cover a bit of that today, depending on how much time we get.
Please do. Just before I hand you over the screen now, just look how good Quadzilla's being at this price movement on the 1 minute here at the moment. Wow. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was I think I might have. I think I did extend the how long it draws a line for, by the way. So
it's well worth doing, because it's on the other tab, isn't it, on the inputs? Where was it?
What have I done? For some reason I changed. What's it? It's 350 by default, isn't it?
I think so. Something like that, yeah. Because there's the step 2 and the step 3, I guess. But the step 2 mainly, yeah. So because it's that the reason it has that is purely a sort of trading thing. because there are limited plot series that the TradingView allows an indicator to draw, so it just like frees up space for other ones to start drawing. But aside from that, it's totally valid if it just carries on drawing indefinitely, because the price it's literally is just saying the price is going to come back to here. It's just when, and obviously you use other parts of the indicator to try and figure out when exactly it would be, and market conditions and so on.
Yeah, because this is like, looks almost scalpable on the 1 minute time frame, because it's just so good, isn't it? It's just like, coming back to these green ones, certainly,
it's
really
ultra
nice.
precise. I mean, even the red ones, look at those. They're kind of there as well.
Which I suppose, I don't know. At the moment, though, what I'm looking at on the 1 hour time frame is the fact that. So I know you've got stuff you want to talk about, but
no, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But I did notice here that we got a bullish crossover of the 21 and 55 EMA there at about 6 o'clock this morning, which is good. But at the same time, we do have this retracement down here at 111227. That's on the Bybit chart anyway. So yeah, so this is making me, I don't know, what's it making me do? It's making me think sort of bullish overall, but there again, that's making me think, that could double bottom and then we go up.
Yeah, well, it's a clear market structure that's playing out on that one, isn't it? So like it just left of that same retracement level that's currently open, it's there's order volume just there, isn't it? There's kind of liquidity. No, just over on the right. With
I see you just here.
Yeah, so that that bit just there, it's sort of concertinaed, and so the price has gone up, and even without the retracement level, I shouldn't really say that, but even without the retracement level, it kind of seems like the price would want to come down to that level. Exactly, or even just bounce off the top of it. So, but something along those lines. And then the retracement level kind of confirms that, because it discovers that in a different way. So it's actually a confirmation of that, or not. It's added probability, I suppose, that it's going to come down to there. So the two together, having that, I suppose you could call it an order block, really, where the order volume is built up, plus the retracement level, which is based on more bearish or bullish divergence in that case.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. All right. Now you wanted to talk about some cycle indicators.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably going to be winging it slightly, because it'll probably be the case of it with these daily live streams, because they'll be like half-hour, 40-minute live streams, I think.
Yeah.
Just like quick market updates and chat about, well, not about the weather, but maybe we'll try and just talk about the weather for the whole week.
Today's weather update.
Basically. So I think generally these might be a bit more, I was going to say a bit more informal, a bit less slick than the Wednesday show, the Wednesday live stream that we do, which is a bit more planned out. That's not particularly slick anyway. There's going to be even less. So, great. But I'll kind of just stream of consciousness about stuff, I suppose, in a sec.
That'd be quite a good title, wouldn't it? Like live stream of consciousness
about stuff.
Yeah.
The daily meander.
So did you want to share your screen and tell us some stuff then? I love it when you do.
Then I shall endeavour to find the share screen button.
Shall I remove
with due haste? Share screen. Entire screen.
Oh, Kaz is here. Hello, Kaz. Hello, hello, monkeyism.
So,
okay.
Nice. We've got more people in the chat actually.
Oh, they're hammering on the door.
Yeah, absolutely. The door's open. Just come in, guys.
Yeah, just come in, and do click like on the way in, please do.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll find there's still standing room at the back. You know.
Yeah, it's great to have you all here. It's brilliant. Yeah, we've got 13 watching on YouTube and 2 on Twitter or X.
That's not bad. So YouTube is winning at the moment. I think the Twitterati ought to be picking up the pace a bit there. Just invite your friends over to increase the numbers over there.
Well, I do keep telling them.
Yeah. But do they listen? Do they ever?
I got a feeling when I do that on a video that, you know, when I sort of say, and while you're down there, people just click off at that point and just think, yeah, I know what he's going to say, you know. So I might start dropping like amazing alpha just after that bit, you know. So and I'll just say, well, you missed it.
Well, listen, didn't know this is going to happen. Yeah. So okay, so where should we start? Well, actually, I was just talking about meandering. I was just like moving things around. So yeah, so this was something that I noticed. So I kind of nabbed this from TIA Crypto, who are pretty good actually. That they in turn got this from Akhil Patel of the property share market economics thing, which I think is his company. And he tends to be pretty good, I think, for forecasting things to do with the overall economy, house prices. I think particularly around the property market, he seems pretty switched on there. So this one, I mean, this is a particular interest to me because I'm kind of contemplating moving house at the moment. So in terms of like, would this be a good time or a bad time? Well, maybe. Yeah. So anyway, separate thing. But so like we are here. So this has worked its way through these. I suppose really these are kind of recessionary. Well, it says recessionary periods. Had that one. So the property prices are going bang, 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 nice and up. Crash, bang, bang, steeper up. Crash forecast for kind of, I guess, early next year, which would last us through for 4 years up until then. Right. So what Bitcoin does in that time, I mean, also it's just going to crash along with it, isn't it? Because apparently the house prices tend to be a pretty good indicator of the economy overall, because they're just like such a major part of the overall economy. Like, you know, the property, like in the UK, the overall property values are sort of in the trillions of pounds. Yeah. So they kind of lead everything really.
So is this chart from, is this UK prices or is this like worldwide or?
I don't know. Okay. I think it's probably worldwide, but I'm actually not sure.
So ideally what you need to do is sell your house just before Christmas and then live nowhere for a few months.
Yeah. I mean, there's one of the things we're considering, to be honest, just like renting or live nowhere. Yeah, just off the grid, just leeching off somebody's electricity supply, I suppose, in our caravan.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
didn't realise you had a caravan. That's
no, we don't. Just thinking I might just live the life of a traveller for.
I lived in a caravan for nearly 2 years actually.
Oh wow, okay. So did you leech off somebody else's electricity supply?
Yeah. It was
to their house.
Yeah, I lived in the singer from the band's garden in France, and
okay.
We just towed a caravan. I bought a caravan for 700 quid in England, and then we towed it to France on the back of my Ford Sierra, and then and then we lived in that for a ski season. And then we went off down to the south of France and Spain after that, and then we went back and did another about half a season sort of in the caravan in the Alps, and then we bought an apartment. But so it was great. I loved it.
that sounds amazing actually. I mean to be honest, that's actually more interesting than what I'm talking about here.
Might be slightly off topic though.
A wee bit, but yeah. So there's that. So keeping that in mind, that I think is what was it in the UK? I think the property prices have been falling anyway, haven't they already? So maybe the UK, being the absolute market leaders that we are, we're front running the crash already. So yeah. Oh, it's that Britain Vietnam evening all. I got a nice 100% plus scalp trade with Mint this afternoon, thanks to Quadzilla. Very nice. Love that.
Well done. Sorry, I probably should. Sorry, I distracted you anyway.
Right. No, those are good distractions. Yeah. So is that so? It's, I mean, given that's already kind of started happening in the UK, that just the contraction of the property market, it's I think like around the London area. I think this summer or this last year has dropped by about 3% already. So it's a wonderful country we live in that sense. Everything's going to hell. So with that in mind, I think that the rest of the world is probably going to start to follow. Well, the Western world, I suppose, will start to follow our lead on that and crash as well. So, and of course, Bitcoin will follow, but that'll mark the beginning of the bear cycle, which would be probably sometime Q1, probably if next year, I would think.
Okay.
That's kind of what it feels like looking at that. There are others there with this. So seeing that other chart this morning, that just kind of got me interested in kind of exploring that a bit more. See that. So yeah, the blog bubble life cycle, bubble life cycle, similar sort of thing. But this looks very much like the Bitcoin, sort of overall market cycle that we tend to see, doesn't it? With the, I mean, it essentially is that. It's the same shape, where there's the sort of everybody's FOMOing in, and then you get that sort of initial dip. You get all the tweets with something like this, and there's an arrow pointing to you are here when there's the dip, and you see that kind of like probably for every month of the year when there's a dip, and you get the same, the same image tweeted with you are here, pointing to that exact same dip, even though we're probably some way up here by now. But yeah, this is essentially the same shape and the same thing happening. So we've obviously seen all of this: the first sell-off, bear trap, media attention, enthusiasm, but particularly obviously smart money gets in here when the prices are low and everybody's just despondent about the whole thing. Well, mainly because no one's got any money at that point. They couldn't buy these things even if we wanted to, even if it's on a heavy discount. Then institutional investors kind of get in. So I guess not as smart. I don't know. Then this really doesn't speak well of the public, like us lot. So the mania phase, we're all manic. We're a manic public. We get in enthusiastic, then we get greedy. Near the top, we get delusional. Don't we get delusional there? If the price is still rocketing up, but yeah. So from smart money to slightly less smart investors to the dumb public, us lot. So, I think that's a terrible chart. Just zoom in a bit. Yeah. Anyway, so we can be smarter, I guess. It's like the thing about the like, was it 50% of people are below average intelligence, or I feel like it should be 49.99% or something. But yeah, it's probably a bit like that. Like, I guess maybe. So the 50% of the public who come in and FOMO in this, like, are doing 90% of the FOMOing. I'm sure there's some statistic like that. We ought to invent one. But that's kind of what happens, isn't it? When the masses come in, then that'll mark the blow off top. But we still haven't really been seeing any of that this cycle. It might just suddenly happen towards the end of this month, maybe, and coming up to Christmas and so on. So yeah, there's that. Let's move on to the 18-year cycle. So what have we got to say about this? Not a lot. It's a similar sort of pattern. It's just that obviously this is again about like house prices, but really it's kind of the 18-year business cycle that's kind of taking place. Well, it doesn't feel like we're in a business mania at the moment, because that there aren't any jobs, no one's got any money, everyone's depressed and feels like the world is falling apart. So that and yet, in terms of the business cycle, it feels like maybe that has been happening. I don't know. It's just like charts and economics versus the reality of what's actually happening outside the window. But yeah, so this is kind of saying, just coming into 2026, the 18-year cycle would take so after the 14 years of kind of expansion, we'll similarly get 4 years of contraction, which obviously ties in very much with the next bear market, I suppose. So another one to keep in mind, really. Not sure I entirely believe it, or maybe it's just that I don't want to believe it, because I still feel like maybe Bitcoin could well just continue to just progress to the upside, in a large part during next year, but we'll see. So yeah, okay. So huge shout out to, I mean, generally to people in the Save with Crypto Discord, sort of for just posting things like that in there. There's a huge amount of just analysis and charts that get posted in there. I would highly recommend anyone who's not in the Discord just absolutely join, because you get a lot of info from experienced traders who kind of know what they're talking about.
So you can get there, by the way. Sorry, sorry to interrupt. Just have to shield that a little bit. So you can get there, but by going to savewithcrypto.org/discord, or you can scan that QR code that I just popped up in the corner right now to get to the Discord. And it is free to join. If you want the VIP features, then there are a few little steps you need to do, but you'll see what to do when you get there. So check it out.
Even with those, it's still free. It still works out free. In fact, to talk about joining an affiliate exchange, and they have so many different kind of sign up bonuses and things on that, you actually end up kind of better off. So it's almost like we're in a way you're being paid to join the Discord. So.
Yeah, there you go. Free money. Yeah,
essentially. Yeah. Right. Okay, so I haven't even looked at this yet. I just kind of brought it up on a tab ready to look at. So things like the Pi cycle top indicator. So this one on CoinMarketCap, it just kind of brings together all of a good number of the different cycle top indicators. This is always kind of a handy one, the rainbow price chart. Let me zoom in. Not really. Oh, that one. Ooh, it's pretty. Do you remember Rainbow, the children's TV series? They did animation of that.
I know a guessing game.
Exactly that one.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Zippy, yeah, they all really freaked me out, to be honest. But yeah,
my old girlfriend's dad used to work on that show.
Oh wow!
Okay. He lived in Boreham Wood, and that's kind of where it was filmed. And he was let's say he was slightly homophobic. He was, and he didn't really get on with the cast.
Working on the wrong show then, obviously.
yeah, it wasn't called Rainbow for no reason.
Is it ahead of its time, that one was?
Absolutely, yeah. Oops.
Yeah, sorry, just take a slurp of my coffee. So that, I mean, all of these, they're kind of giving the indication that we're still early. That's one of those buzzword bingo things he finds like really looking at Twitter. It's like, we're still early. You're not bullish enough. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so on and so on. It's all so, but yeah, it feels like we're still, well, quite late on in the cycle, to be honest. But in terms of the bit that goes stratospherically, whoomp, well, I guess bounce off the top somewhere. That bit's still early, so we're still going. So it's still, things are still very bullish, I would say, for Q4. I have a feeling that the price is going to meander sideways for a bit before heading on up, before like really kind of striking out for new all-time highs and so on. We're going to see some sideways action, I would think. Just a bit of a recovery from. Oh, actually, sorry, just forgot that. There's this as well. I think this may have been the one that Cryptic, Brit-Australian, posted. Again, huge shout out for posting these sorts of things. But so this is, yeah, bull market peak indicators. Sell at the top. Don't FOMO in at the top. And so this page is great actually, because it's just like each of these you kind of get the indicator of kind of where they are. Bitcoin dominance is obviously still at pretty high. This, yeah, so wow, is it really at 90% at the moment? Bitcoin dominance 90%? That doesn't seem quite right. Anyway, so they just kind of going through these and probably analyzing them a bit would give a good feel for just how close to the top of the bull market that we are. But yeah, so that. So over to the chart. Any thoughts or questions just before I go on to the next bit?
There was a little discussion here between Brit and Vietnam, and just talking about how he did that mint trade, and he was saying, generally, if you've got a big spot bag of something, you tend to sort of like be aware of what it's doing, don't you? So Kaz was asking, and he just said he had an eye on it. So he used a retracement with a Quadzilla thing to enter and then set a take profit. Kaz was saying the retracement lines are definitely a big helpful winner. BPM Mega saying good morning. That's about it for the moment. Me personally, questions, nothing especially at the moment. I just noticed like everything's having a bit of a dump at the moment.
Yeah,
just wonder if there's some news or something.
Don't know. It is so weird how with the news-driven kind of price movements, they always seem to still kind of tie into the TA in some way. It's almost as if the news events themselves are timed. There's obviously, I mean, everything's manipulation in these things, isn't it? But in order to exaggerate the price move when it happens, to kind of add fuel to it, like that Trump post.
Well, isn't that the kind of idea though? Sort of, if there's a bit of news, that's a good excuse for like market makers to think, okay, let's dump the market now. And
yeah, pretty much. But I think that there are things. I mean, I was noticing on other YouTube. Well, I shouldn't say on other YouTube channels. There is only one YouTube channel, but there's a lot of kind of talk in various of those where they're kind of bringing up that they're all TA and saying, see, I predicted this. Then you have to like really squint at the chart and turn your head sideways and go, okay, I think I see the thing, getting out there. But yeah, so in one sense, it's all maths, it's all mathematics at the end of the day. In the other sense, so are we just like then looking back, searching for patterns to validate that after the big news-driven event has happened?
Yeah,
just like kind of pick your signal. Say, this stops clock over here was right. You see,
yeah. Oh well, Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like I said before, it's like when you're looking at clouds, you can pretty much see, a man with a dog or someone's face or whatever you want to see almost, if you use your imagination, you can almost get any pattern you like out of a bunch of random clouds,
Yeah, for sure. I won't talk about the sort of things I see in clouds. It's pretty scary.
Okay. Yeah, you're not a chemtrail person, are you? Oh no,
well, no. I mean, I would say that I keep my mind open on these things. I'm neither, yes or no about those things or whatever.
fair enough.
It's just, I think that probably in my mind the thing to avoid is certainty. A feeling of certainty on those things is like either, so people who are absolutely all in on that are absolutely certain that that's the case.
Right.
People who are not are absolutely certain on their side. It's just like, whatever, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably concerns you more because you live in a busy flight path and I don't.
I notice things about the kind of hazy skies, and you do sort of see relatively low flying planes compared to others that are kind of whatever they're doing up there. Whether it's all this sort of conspiracy to kill us all off by 2030 or whatever, I don't know, or something else, or if it's just weather control, etc. Who knows? But yeah, talk about sort of streams of consciousness and like digressions and things. But this. So, and also talking about looking back and saying, see, this did point it out. So obviously on here, I think that you noted this in one of your recent videos, didn't you? I think over the weekend, that that all important 108 level. That very much was pointed out there by Quadzilla. Mm-hmm. And so quite early on in that retracement pattern, we had the down, and then there's the kind of, apart from the blip, the down, then the up, and then the down, and utterly retraced that. So in a way, that is actually the perfect way for that pattern to play out, because with the bearish retracement, you kind of want that to come back down and actually overshoot the line, because that's when, hopefully by that stage, you have a short position in progress, and you obviously just want it to keep going. And obviously then just kind of comes back up and finishes. So similar sort of thing with this one. So with the bullish one, this one kind of saying the price is going to go up and then kind of come down past the line, essentially giving you time to sort out your long position at the ready and decide on a good entry point. So you could wait for it to come up to this line for the entry point, or if you're pretty confident in it anyway, done some additional TA, gone to the different time frames. I mean, obviously, look at this on the daily, it's a fairly high time frame. You might just open the long kind of like slightly below, and then just kind of watch that coming up. And sure enough, it kind of goes up. In fact, now that retracement level is kind of forming something of a, if not an exact resistance level, it's certainly significant. So, and also again, noticeably, it's kind of tied in with this liquidity zone just there. So yeah, similarly, that one again, just up down. It did kind of, actually no, it didn't quite touch that line. So that you kind of see the step 3 of the retracement pattern continued along. So this then remained as the confirmation level, where you kind of know that's a good place to go long. Obviously, it jumped a bit there, but then really shot up. So that would have been a very good play, doing that one. And again, for that, and also very much for this 108, played out over quite a long period, but it's because quite often with these, with what Quadzilla is showing us, we sometimes kind of disbelieve it a bit, just because it's just if you think about it, the entire market is kind of a bit crazy, really, in the sense that you just kind of see these wild swings and retracements and so on, and just in terms of what's actually taking place within that, in terms of the big kind of market movers and so on, the whole thing is kind of crazy. But when Quadzilla kind of shows us a level that the price is going to retrace to, when it's all the way up here, we kind of look at that and think, nah, that's not going to happen. That's just crazy. But it's so Quadzilla is showing us the crazy, and we don't believe it because it's crazy, and then the crazy happens.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, part of the challenge of using it is actually sort of kind of opening your mind a little bit and actually thinking, like, is the price really going to dump $10,000 in the next few minutes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you think, no, you can't do that. Oh, it did.
Yeah, very much. I mean, because I was very much guilty of just not really kind of like acting on what I was seeing, on what it was actually telling us in that. So like one that I pointed out before was on here with the 12-minute. On this particular one, actually I've realized, so this is a development version of Quadzilla I'm showing here, so I've been messing about a bit with the backgrounds, just experimenting. So this may not still show what I was going to point out on here, but just have a quick look. Where was it? Let's do this. Yeah, it's better. Was that? It was that, wasn't it? That was the big dump. No.
Yeah.
It's only 12 minutes.
I'll
go back. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's, so on here, if it's still showing, but yeah, this one, that is still there. Let's just to make it a bit more visible. So yeah, Quadzilla showed us here on the 12-minute that the price is going to start dropping, but it's maybe like that.
It did.
So we would have been looking at the charts kind of like that. Do keep in mind, as I say, a bunch of these wouldn't have been there, these backgrounds, because I've been messing about with those. But here it was, obviously there we peaked. You can kind of see also the way that spikes up with that spiky wick, that after a whole bunch of sort of bullish candles coming up, that sort of thing does tend to mark a top.
Yeah,
it signifies a top, and then you kind of get the feel that, okay, probably things are going to come down, because the price is just like suddenly pushing back down. And similarly, in the oscillator, that was kind of working its way into overbought, but you could kind of see with that the things are kind of coming round already. Didn't even quite kind of get above that, but the that red background signaled things anyway. But if we were really paying attention to that, we would have had some indication beforehand that had topped in some way. We also didn't know that was going to happen.
No, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Michael Fish, the weatherman, in October 1988, when he said it might be windy tomorrow, and then it was the gales destroyed Britain.
I remember that. Yeah, that nearly destroyed his career, didn't it?
Yeah. He was right. It was just not quite right to the degree.
Not quite right enough. But it's
so that little innocent-looking red background there, and that little spiky top there, that was the warning of the gales that were going to destroy $20 billion.
Pretty much, yeah. So if somebody was actively trading this at the time using Quadzilla, they would have entered a short just there. and then just kind of probably watched agog. Is that word? Agog in amazement, as their short position just kept on, running and running and running and running and running and running and running, and so on. So quids in, I would say, on that one.
Just imagine that.
Yeah. I was actually watching TV at that point.
Well, I was messing around with some Tesla shares, really. So, and I was thinking, I didn't buy them at a good price.
Yeah, honestly, could my day get any worse? Oh, I missed out on this humongous trade.
But weirdly enough, like, all this happened outside of normal trading hours. So, I'm suspecting that, by the time the market's open again in like an hour or so, Tesla will probably be down $20 from Friday. Nothing to see here. Carry on. And so that's pretty awesome, actually. We've gone well over half an hour, haven't we?
We have a bit, yeah. If you got time, I was going to quickly.
I've got as much time as you want, but I know you have a job to do.
There is that. I've probably got a couple of minutes. I'll be fine. I'm just going to close this one because don't really want to show the Quadzilla source code, but that's kind of what I was working on over the weekend a bit, with making the backgrounds work less well. So it's something I'll probably undo.
Sounds like an improvement.
It'll be an improvement for someone, I'm sure. But yeah, it's important to experiment a bit with those and just kind of try different things out. So this one, it's very colourful, talking about rainbow and so on. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. This is, I guess this is kind of coming back to just where are we in terms of the overall market cycles and so on. Obviously, over the weekend, so this is on the daily. So over the weekend, that kind of really plummeted down into extreme fear, starting to work its way back up again now. I think as the week progresses, I'd imagine we might see just some of this before it kind of comes back up or it might even just come up to here and kind of sidle along somewhat for a bit. Then this one's kind of very 1980s neon style. It's so the Bitcoin volatility. So on the 5-day, we were looking at so obviously just volatility, just like what's going on in terms of just price moves and so on, I guess. So there's this. We're looking at this last Wednesday, wasn't it? Just in terms of there's a bit of hopium there. As long as this keeps coming up, then we might start to see kind of this kind of activity, this kind of volatility in the price. Obviously, that was very much the dump. So lots of volatility there, great. Not quite the sort we wanted, but that said, that did have the great effect of clearing out all of those open orders, which suggests kind of after the price is consolidated a bit, it's going to be like clear skies ahead. I think that's very much my feeling on that.
Okay. So which is probably a good point.
I would bleed the neck. The 112 as well. Talking about just catching these things and we don't quite believe it until it happens. That very much caught it. So if you'd believe that, and trend, yeah, because even on here, like the momentum, stochastic momentum oscillator is kind of looking a bit toppy there as well. So the signs were there. I think it just caught people unawares in terms of the extent of it. But clearing out all of that, kind of all of the open orders that were left, like down here in this kind of range, was great. So it does clear the way, I think, for an upwards move towards the end of the year.
Okay. Awesome.
Done.
Right. Just say hello to a few people. Seedy Cherry Tree, hello. Good morning yourself. Scotty, got to be a clickbait headline. Yeah, it was a little bit, but we did discuss that earlier on if you didn't see it. So the cycle isn't over this afternoon. It's going to be over on February the 8th.
At 3 p.m.
So make a note in your diary. Kaz saying she got several really good stink bids using retracements. Brilliant. Oh, then lost them in seconds. Oh, but that wasn't Quadzilla's fault. It still worked. It was a human error then. Okay. Yeah. I tested it up in pre-market. Yeah, I did see that actually. So that's good. That's good. Okay, right. You better get back to work.
I think so. Yeah, they'll be asking questions, you know.
Yeah, I need to go and pick my daughter up as well. So we'll say goodbye for now. And yeah, the plan is we'll try and do this every day, certainly during the week anyway, at 12 midday UK time, which is 11 a.m. UTC. Although in a few weeks' time, that's going to be 12 UTC, isn't it, when the clocks change?
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, because I quite like that about the UK, as it does become UTC for like the winter. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming along. If you've got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments down below, or come back tomorrow and we'll discuss them and all that. But yeah, actually tomorrow, I don't know, I might want to start about 5 minutes early because I'm a little bit pushed for time tomorrow, and it will have to be half an hour for me tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay, brilliant. I'll probably try and make a video today anyway, because I did this morning. I made a little one, but I'll do a proper one later on today. So please look out for that. So the best way to know about that is to be subscribed to the channel and to have the notifications turned on. Can you do us all a favor? Can you give the stream a like? Because I really want to get these streams like really happening every day, and you know, get some momentum going, and then get more people using Quadzilla. By the way, go to savewith.crypto.org/QZ or scan that QR code in the corner. And right, that's it. So it's that's goodbye from me. And
good. Oh, I've got to get better at that. Oh, another day saying link Discord, buddy. Good point. We got the Discord.
Okay.
I think that's actually another good thing about doing these regular live streams, the daily ones, is that just hopefully get more people into the Discord. It's already very active, but it's growing. You know, if you're not in there, you ought to be in there.
Okay, so Discord, you can go to savewithcrypto.org/Discord, or you can scan that QR code that's in the corner now. Actually, the QR code I did on that was actually for Discord as well, but one at the start of the stream was the one for Quadzilla, which is Save. Anyway, all the links are in the description down below. So we'll see you over there. Right. I'm just going to say goodbye, and then we'll go. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. Please do remember to give the stream a like, and yeah, see you all later. Bye.
Bye.